Okay, let's dive straight in. Like, picture this. It's 2025. Your inbox is just exploding with AI stuff. Your focus feels, well, kind of shot, right?
Yeah.
And even those cool new opportunities, they feel a bit heavy, maybe daunting.
Totally. You're not alone if just hearing that notification sound makes you tense up.
Exactly. But what if the real issue, the thing holding you back, isn't all that external chaos? What if it's actually inside, like how your brain is wired?
And this is the really exciting part, that wiring. It's not fixed. It's not set in stone.
You can actually change it.
You absolutely can. It's amazing how much our internal operating system shapes how we handle everything out there, especially in a crazy year like 2025.
Right.
And the science, the neuroscience, it shows this system is incredibly adaptable.
Exactly. So that's what this deep dive is all about. We've been digging into Dr. John B. Arden's book, Rewire Your Brain, but this isn't going to be some dry summary.
No, definitely not.
Think of it more like your personalized brain upgrade guide specifically for 2025. We've pulled out 5 key strategies from Arden's work.
Real practical things.
Yeah, tangible techniques you can actually start playing with, like today. To sharpen your performance, dial down that 2025 anxiety, and really shift from just, getting by to actually flourishing. Because, well, lasting success, it starts inside.
And if we just zoom out for a sec,
Yeah.
the big idea behind all this is neuroplasticity.
Ah, the magic word.
Right. It's this game-changing understanding that our brains aren't these fixed circuits we're born with. They're constantly being reshaped, kind of soft-wired.
By what we do and think.
Exactly. By our experiences, our thoughts, and crucially, our actions. Imagine your brain's like this landscape that's always evolving.
Okay, so it's like our brains are always running in beta mode, getting updates.
That's a great way to put it. And facing all the rapid changes, the unpredictability of 2025,
Yeah.
this ability to adapt, this neuroplasticity, it's not just neat science.
It's essential.
It's the upgrade you need. It lets you pick up new skills fast, handle pressure, and, actually ride the wave instead of getting swamped.
Okay, cool concept. But how do we actually do it? Where do we start plugging in this upgrade?
Okay, so the first big thing, takeaway number 1 from Arden, and it's super relevant for 2025, is mastering what he calls the FEED method.
Feed. F-E-E.
Yep, F-E-D-D. It's the core framework for deliberately rewiring your brain, building new habits, and learning skills quickly.
Eat.
Okay.
Eat. Okay. Sounds useful. Break it down for us. What's it stand for?
It stands for focus, effort, effortlessness, and determination.
Focus, effort, effortlessness, determination. Got it. And why is this method so vital right now for 2025?
Well, what's really hitting home now, especially in 2025, is how fast skills just expire,
Oh, yeah. The shelf life seems shorter than ever.
Totally. With AI, automation, constant market shifts. The stuff that was hot even a year ago might be less critical now. So if you're launching something or changing careers,
You need to learn fast.
super fast.
Yeah.
Whether it's like getting good at AI prompting or managing remote teams across time zones or even understanding DeFi, the learning curve is steep.
Right, so you can't just watch a YouTube video and call it done. You need targeted brain rewiring for speed.
Exactly. Targeted rewiring.
So how do we actually use this feed method day to day? Give us the steps.
Okay, so first step, focus. Pick one high-value skill that'll make a real difference for you in 2025.
Just one.
Start with one. Maybe it's using that AI co-pilot effectively for your marketing. Maybe it's running better async meetings for your remote team. Pinpoint that one thing.
Okay.
Then dedicate 15 to 30 minutes every single day. Uninterrupted time.
Wait, only 15, 30 minutes? Seriously, that actually feels doable.
It is. Consistency beats cramming. Okay, next up is effort.
Effort.
During that focus time, you got to actively do the thing. Don't just watch tutorials on the AI tool. Actually generate prompts, play with it, see what works.
Your hands dirty.
Exactly. If it's async meetings, draft agendas, write summaries, give feedback, active doing, not passive watching.
Okay, so active, not passive, makes sense. Then comes effortlessness. That sounds nice. How do we get there?
That comes from the daily practice. Keep doing it day after day, and you'll literally feel it getting easier. It takes less mental muscle.
Because the brain's building connections.
Precisely. It's paving new neural pathways, making it more automatic. And don't forget to celebrate the small wins, like when you nail a prompt or have a really smooth async discussion.
Nice. So your brain's literally building a shortcut. Okay. And the last part of feed, determination.
Yeah, determination. This is the glue. Because, let's be real, some days you just don't want to. Progress feels slow.
Totally.
That's when you need that grit. Commit to it for at least 30 days. Keep reminding yourself why this skill matters for your 2025 goals. That sustained push locks it in.
Okay, this feed thing, focus, effort, effortlessness, determination, it actually lays it out pretty clearly. Can you give us a bigger example, maybe organizational?
Oh, definitely. A great example, maybe on a huge scale, is Microsoft under Satya Nadella. Think about their shift towards collaboration and innovation.
Yeah, huge culture change.
Massive. And for that to work, countless people had to learn new tools, new workflows, new ways of communicating. That took focus, effort.
It wasn't effortless at first.
By the way, it took real determination, practiced consistently across the board until it became the new normal. That's AVE on a grand scale.
Wow. Okay, feed, step 1 for rewiring. Got it. What's next on the brain rewiring checklist for 2025?
Okay, number 2, tackling anxiety, which, let's face it, is huge right now. This is about understanding and kind of taming your amygdala.
The amygdala, rings a bell. The brain's fear center, right?
Basically, yeah. It's your brain's smoke detector.
Yeah.
Its job is to spot threats and trigger that fight-or-flight response.
Useful if a tiger jumps out. Less useful when it's just an email.
Exactly. In our world, it often triggers false alarms, ambiguous situations, worries about the future. It flips out even when there's no real danger.
And the frontal lobes, the thinking part, can calm it down.
They can regulate it, yes. But here's the catch, what Arden calls the avoidance paradox. Trying to avoid what makes you anxious. It actually makes the anxiety worse.
So running away feeds the fear.
Pretty much. Taking small actions, gradually facing the thing. That's what reduces its power.
Right. So 2025 feels like it's constantly setting off that alarm. Pace of change, AI job worries, being online 24/7.
It's a perfect storm for amygdala overload.
Totally.
And that anxiety, it can just paralyze you, right? Especially if you're like an entrepreneur scared to pitch or an employee burning out from the pressure.
Yeah. We need strategies against these false alarms.
Proactive ones.
Okay, so what can we do? Like right now, when that anxiety wave hits, especially for entrepreneurs or people navigating career shifts.
First thing, just recognize the alarm. When you feel that overwhelm, that tightness, that tension about a 2025 thing, sending a scary email, talking about AI changes, dealing with online negativity.
Just notice it.
Yeah. Label it consciously. Okay, amygdala's firing. Just doing that creates a little space.
Yeah.
Try to just observe the feeling for a second without getting sucked into the scary story it's telling you.
Just naming it.
Yeah.
I can see how that helps create some distance. Okay, what next?
Immediately, breathe. Slow, deep belly breaths. In through the nose, belly out, hold briefly, exhale slowly through the mouth.
Like 5 or 10 times?
Yep, 5 to 10 reps.
Yeah.
This literally activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the calm down system. It counteracts the alarm bells.
Yeah, breathing. Seems basic, but it actually works. Physiologically. We can do it anywhere. Okay, third part.
Take a small action. Resist that urge to avoid. Don't slam the laptop shut on that scary email draft.
Don't just scroll past the nasty comment.
Right. Instead, take the smallest possible step towards it. Open the email again. Type 1 sentence. Read the comment again, just read it, don't react yet.
Wow, tiny
steps. But they activate your left frontal lobe. They fight that avoidance paradox. You're teaching your brain, see, we can handle this.
Right, instead of freezing up, just take one tiny step forward, like dipping a toe in. Can you give an example in a 2025 context?
Think about startup founders pitching for seed funding in 2025. The fear of rejection is massive. Constant amygdala trigger.
Brutal.
But the successful ones, like Brian Chesky at Airbnb, who started during a recession, remember, they likely used these techniques. They didn't let the fear of stop them from pitching again and again.
They took action despite the fear.
They did. They faced it repeatedly, which likely desensitized the fear response over time. They kept focused on the goal, the prefrontal cortex job, not just the threat, the amygdala's obsession.
Wow, yeah, that really connects the dots. Okay, so we have feed for learning and ways to manage anxiety. What's key number 3 for 2025 brain rewiring?
All right, number 3, this one's huge too. Attention, or the lack of it. Cultivating deep, focused attention amidst the digital flood of 2025.
Seriously, attention feels like the rarest commodity these days. Why is it so critical for rewiring?
Well, yeah, because focused attention is basically the gatekeeper for memory and for strengthening those new brain pathways we want to build.
Can't rewire if you can't focus.
Exactly. If your attention's scattered everywhere, new stuff doesn't stick, those connections don't solidify. And modern life, with all the notifications and multitasking pressure, it actively works against focus.
So we have to train it. Like a muscle.
We absolutely have to consciously train it.
Totally. It's
Right.
like digital ADHD is the norm now. What are the real costs of this scattered attention in 2025?
Oh, the costs are huge. Think about information overload, constant pings, work bleeding into life. It's a societal attention crisis.
Yeah.
For entrepreneurs trying to grasp complex trends or tech, big barrier.
Yeah.
For anyone trying to build habits, easy to get derailed. It leads to poor learning, less productivity, and more stress because you feel constantly overwhelmed.
Okay, so how do we fight back? How do we actually train ourselves to focus better in this crazy environment?
Okay, first up, block out time. Declare focus blocks. Treat them like important meetings.
Like 25 minutes, 50 minutes.
Yeah, 25 to 50 minutes. Time dedicated to stuff that needs deep concentration strategy, coding, learning, writing. And during that block, ruthless defense, airplane mode, website blockers.
Absolutely. Sacred, undistracted time. Find a quiet spot if you can.
Sacred time. Yeah, treating it seriously. I like that. What else?
Actively practice single tasking. Resist the urge to flip between 5 things.
Oh yeah, the urge to click on that notification is strong.
It is. So when you're in your focus block, commit to that one task. When your mind wanders, and it will gently but firmly bring it back, that redirection is the training.
Okay, simple but not easy.
Got it.
Is there a third technique?
Yeah, Arden talks about something called open focus, or widened attention. It's kind of the opposite of laser focus.
Okay.
So if you're super stressed about one specific problem, instead of drilling down on it, consciously expand your awareness. Notice sounds around you, your breathing, how your body feels, the wider environment.
Without judging it.
Without judgment. Just observe the bigger picture. This actually calms your nervous system and can give you a fresh perspective on that specific stressor. Seeing the forest, not just the angry squirrel. So it's like zooming out your attention to calm down. Interesting. Useful for stress and focus. Who exemplifies this deep focus ability today?
You see people like Cal Newport talking about this stuff all the time, right? His whole deep work concept.
Right.
Guys like him, despite being busy, they make and protect that time for focused work. They push back against the digital noise. And that ability to sustain attention, that's how they produce high-quality stuff. It's not magic. It's a trained skill. Essential for 2025 complexity.
Okay, focus check, super important. What's number 4 on our list?
Number 4 is all about resilience, bouncing back, specifically building it by consciously shifting your attitude.
Yeah, resilience. We definitely need heaps of that these days, especially with how unpredictable 2025 feels. How does attitude factor in?
It's huge. Your attitude significantly impacts your resilience. People who are highly resilient tend to share key traits.
Like what?
Strong commitment to their goals, a sense of control or agency, feeling like they can influence things, and crucially, they see difficulties as challenges, not roadblocks.
Challenges, not catastrophes.
Exactly. Pessimism drains resilience. Optimism, which you can cultivate by reframing things, builds it. And don't forget social support. That's a massive stress buffer.
Right, because 2025 is just throwing curveball after curveball, tech changes, economic wobbles, shifting norms. Setbacks are kind of guaranteed. Learning from them is key.
Absolutely. Passive-aggressive attitudes, pessimism, they just don't work long-term. You need that challenge-focused, action-oriented mindset.
Okay, so how do we actively cultivate that?
Yeah.
Practical steps.
Okay, first practical tip. Consciously reframe problems as challenges. Next time something goes wrong, funding falls through, AI project hits a snag, your job pivots.
Label it challenge.
Yes, label it challenge, then immediately ask, what's the opportunity or lesson here? This little mental flip activates your left frontal lobe, links the difficulty to action.
Yeah, that little word switch changes the feel, doesn't it? Seeking the opportunity. Okay, what else?
Actively foster your sense of control. Even in a seemingly overwhelming situation, find one small thing you can control.
Just one.
Start with one. Research funding alternatives. Run a small AI experiment. Update your skills profile. Taking any action reinforces your agency and fights that feeling of helplessness.
Right, focus on what you can do, not what you can't. Yeah. And you mentioned social support.
Yes. Boost your social medicine dose. Make a point to connect with a friend, mentor, colleague weekly.
Not just to complain, though.
Right. Share authentically, connect genuinely. Social ties literally buffer stress hormones, build emotional resilience. And in 2025, Virtual chats, co-working days, they all count.
Good reminder. Don't just isolate yourself when things get tough. Can you give us some classic examples of this resilience in action?
Yeah, I mean, look at someone like Walt Disney. Faced multiple bankruptcies, major rejections early on.
Right. Didn't give up.
Or Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Started KFC late in life after tons of failures. They saw setbacks as opportunities, as challenges. They had that determination, the C determination, and likely leaned on social networks. Crucial for entrepreneurs, especially now.
Wow. Yeah, puts things in perspective. Okay, we've got feed, anxiety management, focus, resilience through attitude. What's the final piece, number 5?
Okay, last one, number 5. And it's absolutely fundamental. Prioritize and optimize your physical energy and well-being to beat burnout in 2025.
Oh, burnout. Yeah, that's the big scary monster for everyone in 2025. How's it tied to the brain?
It's directly tied. Your brain function depends heavily on your physical habits, nutrition, exercise, sleep. Neglect those.
Everything suffers.
Everything. Low energy, poor focus, mood swings. It even reduces neuroplasticity, making it harder to rewire.
Wow. So neglecting the basics makes it harder to implement all the other stuff we talked about.
Exactly. And it's so easy to let those basics slide, right?
Yeah.
Blurred work-life lines, too much screen time, constant demands.
Totally.
Which is why managing your energy, your brain chemistry through good habits, it's not a luxury anymore. It's essential maintenance for performance and mental health in 2025.
Okay, practical stuff. How do we boost energy and protect the brain consistently?
First, food. Implement balanced mini meals. Instead of huge meals causing energy crashes, aim for 3 to 4 smaller, balanced meals or snacks.
Protein, complex carbs, healthy fats.
Yep, like an apple with almond butter. Simple. Prioritize omega-3s for brain health and hydrate. Water, water, rock.
Right, avoid those sugar crashes that tank your focus. Okay, what about movement?
Crucial. Schedule exercise as brain time, non-negotiable. Aim for 20-30 minutes of brisk activity 3-4 times a week.
Doesn't have to be a marathon.
No. Brisk walk, jumping jacks, dancing. It boosts mood chemicals, BDNF for brain cell growth, protects against stress. You'll feel a difference in focus almost immediately.
Yeah, thinking of it as brain time, not just gym time. I like that. Okay, and the big one, sleep.
Sleep. Build a pre-sleep buffer. This is vital in 2025. Turn off all screens, phone, laptop, TV, at least 60 minutes before bed.
Because of the blue light messing with sleep hormones?
Exactly. Blue light disrupts melatonin, which messes up the brain consolidation that happens during sleep, learning, memory, problem solving. Keep the room cool and dark too.
Okay, eat well, move, sleep, ditch screens before bed. Sounds simple, but so important and often the first things to go when we're stressed.
They are. But think about top performers, people with longevity.
Like Tom Brady, or leaders like Jeff Bezos talking about sleep.
Precisely. They prioritize these routines, they set boundaries. In 2025, with everything blurring, these foundations are absolutely key for sustained performance and avoiding burnout.
Okay, so that's the 5. Use the feed method to learn fast. Tame your anxiety amygdala with breath and action. Cultivate deep focus blocks and single tasking. Build resilience by reframing challenges and boosting control. And optimize energy with food, movement, and sleep.
Wow. That's actually a really solid plan.
It is. And the cool thing is all of this uses your brain's own ability to change, that neuroplasticity we talked about. You're just consciously directing it.
You're taking the wheel.
Exactly. You're choosing how to shape your brain to serve your goals and well-being in this specific demanding time.
All right, let's bring this home then, the big takeaway here. To really thrive in 2025, you don't need a new brain.
You just need to rewire the amazing one you already have. Using these principles, you can shape how you respond to fear, how you focus, how you learn, how you handle stress, how you perform.
It really comes down to taking action.
It all starts with that first step.
Yeah, this isn't just interesting info to know. It's about doing, integrating these things into your routine. That consistent effort, even small steps, that's what makes the lasting change in your brain and your life.
Absolutely. So if this resonated with you, if you're feeling ready to start rewiring for a better 2025, go ahead and smash that like button. It genuinely helps other people find this deep dive.
And here's your challenge, your first action step. Drop a comment below. Tell us the #1 takeaway why you're committing to trying this week. What's your first rewiring experiment? Let's hold each other accountable.
Yeah, share it. And if you want more deep dives like this one, exploring key books, pulling out actionable strategies to give you an edge in 2025 and beyond, definitely hit subscribe and ring that notification bell.
Think of it as investing in your future self.
Totally. Remember, your brain is capable of incredible things. You just need to consciously decide to start rewiring it. Start today.